welcome. You're watching the Newshour Agenda and we're bang in the middle of election season in the only place that we love to be when it's election time, on the road amid the people. I'm Padmaja Joshi and today we are in Ahmedabad, but the real dramatic action was taking place in Surat East. Why? Because suddenly it seemed that the Aam Aadmi Party candidate, Kanchan Jariwala, had been kidnapped, or so claimed the Aam Aadmi Party. What followed was a heavy-duty barrage of allegations against the Bharatiya Janata Party. There were videos which were put out by the AAP saying that their candidate was manhandled, physically taken to the returning officer and was made to withdraw his candidature after being coerced to do so by a Gunda BJP and their Gunda police. Soon after, there were also dharnas held by the AAP. They even said they're going to complain to the Election Commission, and the charges were extremely serious. First, listen in to what were the charges made in the morning in a day of high drama.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने आम आदमी पार्टी के उम्मीदवार को किडनैप कर लिया है। सूरत ईस्ट से आम आदमी पार्टी के उम्मीदवार हैं कंचन जरीवाला जी। कल आखिरी बार वो चुनाव आयोग के दफ्तर में देखे गए थे, जहां वो अपने नॉमिनेशन की स्क्रूटनी कराने गए थे। प्रस्तावकों पर उनकी जो टीम वहां गई हुई थी, उस पर तरह तरह से दबाव डाला गया। बीजेपी के गुंडों ने वहां पे दबाव डाला कि आप अपना नॉमिनेशन वापस लीजिए। आज ये चुनाव आयोग के प्रेशर पर, चुनाव आयोग की निष्पक्षता पे भी ये सवाल उठ रहे हैं।
नॉमिनेशन के पेपर्स और कैंडिडेसी रिजेक्ट करने का कोई ग्राउंड नहीं था और स्क्रूटनी में सारे कागज पास हो गए। हमारे सूरत ईस्ट के प्रत्याशी कंचन जारीवाला जी को किडनैप कर लिया। उन पर दबाव बनाया जा रहा है कि वो अब विड्रॉल वाले दिन, यानी कि आज और कल, अपना नामांकन वापस ले लें।
But if you thought that was dramatic enough, well, this wasn't even the beginning. Because by afternoon, Kanchan Jariwala, who we had been told was kidnapped, suddenly resurfaced and he decided that he had only listened to his man ki baat. He had introspected and decided that he did not want to be the candidate of the Aam Aadmi Party after all. So on the one side, you had charges of kidnapping, of coercion, of being bulldozed by the BJP. And then here is what Mr. Jariwala's man ki baat was.
મારો ફોર્મ પાછું ખેંચવાનું કારણ એટલું હતું, અમારા 159 પૂર્વની સંગઠન ટીમ વારંવાર બધું રાજીનામા કરતા હતા. બીજી વસ્તુ છે, મારા બુથના કાર્યકર્તાની બહુ મોટી માંગણી હતી પૈસાની. તો પૈસાની માંગણીના કારણે હું એટલું બધો સક્ષમ નથી કે 80 લાખ કે 1 કરોડ રૂપિયા ખર્ચો કરી શકું. લોકોની માંગણી એટલી બધી મોટી હતી તો મારાથી થઈ શકે એવી પરિસ્થિતિ પણ નહીં હતી. એના માટે મેં મારું આ ફોર્મ પાછું ખેંચ્યું.
Now remember, this is a very high stakes battle for the Aam Aadmi Party, without a doubt. But what explains the nature of allegations that they made? And mind you, even the Election Commission by afternoon said that no formal complaint was ever made with them. There were definitely protests by Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, but why wasn't a formal complaint ever lodged? This, remember, also comes hot on the heels of an earlier allegation that had been made by AAP in Delhi, where they said that there was an Operation Lotus underway, that all of their candidates, all of their MLAs were wholesale being poached by the Bharatiya Janata Party. They asked for a special session to be convened, but at the end of it all, they said everyone turned up, and that just shows their solidarity. So was there actually any credence in the charges, that the allegations that were being made, or was this Aam Aadmi Party's extra dramatic tarka to an already dramatic election campaign?
कि कुछ हफ्ते पहले भी इन्होंने ऐसा ही हल्ला दिल्ली भर में मचाया था कि इनके विधायक चले गए, उठा लिए गए, क्योंकि जब से राजनीति में केजरीवाल जी और आम आदमी पार्टी आई है, तब से झूठ का नए आयाम स्थापित किए हैं। ये केवल मीडिया की सुर्खियों में बने रहने के लिए और अपने भ्रष्टाचार को छिपाने के लिए इस तरह के बयान करते हैं।
All right, joining us on the debate, Satyen Kulabkar, leader of the BJP. Joining us also is Yuvraj Pokharna, columnist from Ahmedabad, Akashdeep Muni, Dr. Sumanth Raman, and Huda Jariwala, all political analysts. But naturally, Ms. Jariwala, I will come to you first because it's your namesake who has caused all the drama today. Simple question, if indeed Kanchan Jariwala was kidnapped, why wasn't a formal complaint made with the Election Commission?
Jariwala, the candidate from East Surat constituency, was in fact kidnapped. Our leaders from Arvind Kejriwalji to Raghav Chatterjee to Sanjay Singh ji put out tweets alleging rightly the BJP for what they have done. I mean, this is a party of hooliganism. This is a party of goons. They think that kidnapping a candidate, forcing him, putting pressure on him, kidnapping his family because
what's
his
the
family
proof?
was out of reach as well.
Again, my question to you is,
I believe
has an FIR been filed? Has an FIR been filed?
Isn't it but obvious the candidate who before this kidnapping happened was the candidate of East Surat constituency, after he is back and after he comes to the EC office, suddenly he's withdrawing his candidature? I mean, isn't it but obvious what has happened to him? Can we not understand the kind of pressure that must have been put on him?
Ma'am, has an FIR been filed?
The candidate
Has an
came back
FIR
to the
been
EC's
filed?
office. This is the responsibility of the Election Commission.
Then how
Our
is he
party
kidnapped?
leaders were at the our party leaders were.
If he is
at
back in the
office of
EC's office,
Election
he's not
Commission.
kidnapped. If he's been kidnapped, then why wasn't an FIR filed? So here's the thing. If somebody is kidnapped, you file an FIR. You don't tweet. Maybe you tweet after the FIR, but you don't tweet and then say we don't want to file an FIR. By all means tweet, but at least file an FIR.
Padmaja Joshi, the candidate who was willing to contest, suddenly comes and withdraws his nominature, withdraws his candidature. What would be the reason for that? Isn't it obvious the kind of pressure BJP must have put on him, on his family? The man went missing.
He says he didn't want to be associated with the party you support.
Well, the entire party is in his support. We were the
He literally said this himself.
This is clearly the non-responsibility of the Election Commission. I mean, this is clearly a bias from them. The police is on the side of the BJP.
No, it's not.
They are acting like goons.
But ma'am, you haven't. The Aam Aadmi Party hasn't even formally complained with the Election Commission. What do you expect the Election Commission to do if you don't even complain with them?
Because the candidate,
You have to first
candidate
complain.
is back. The candidate is back. The candidate is back, and now he is withdrawing his
So if the
nomination.
candidate is back,
He's
then what is the
withdrawing
problem?
his candidature. Why is he withdrawing his candidature? Isn't it but
He
obvious
says he
that
wants
the BJP
to.
does not want him to contest?
Because he says he doesn't like the party.
Before the kidnapping, he was very much a part of the list of candidates that were going to contest. Isn't it but obvious that the BJP has clearly scared him, put pressure on his family because his family went missing as well. Our entire party people, our entire karyakartas, the supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party were on ground.
So ma'am, again, how do you know his family went missing?
Isn't it obvious?
How do you know his family went missing? No, it's not, because there is no FIR, there is no complaint. One doesn't know, other than tweets, how his family went missing.
How would you explain him withdrawing his candidature? Does that not say what BJP is doing right now? Does that not prove?
Nobody has to explain. He's explained it himself. Nobody else has to explain. He literally explained it himself. If you want, I'll again play out for you what he said. It was pretty comprehensive. He spoke for almost a minute. Why? Let's play it out for you again. He's given a reason himself. I would have quoted him to you. Let's play out again. Only for your benefit. Let's play out, as they say in English, from the horse's mouth. So from Mr. Jariwala's mouth, let's hear it.
આથી જણાવું છું કે 159 પૂર્વ વિધાનસભા માટે આમ આદમી પાર્ટીમાંથી ઉમેદવારી નોંધાવેલી હતી અને પ્રચાર કાર્ય શરૂ કર્યું હતું. મારા પ્રચાર દરમિયાનમાં અમારા વિસ્તારમાં નાગરિકો દ્વારા મને વારવાર કહેવામાં આવતું હતું કે તમે રાષ્ટ્ર વિરોધી છો, ગુજરાત વિરોધી છો, પાર્ટીમાંથી ઉમેદવારી કરી છે, એમાં તમને સમર્થન અમે આપીશું નહીં. મારા વિસ્તારમાં લોકોનો આવો પ્રતિભાવ મળતા મારો અંતરાત્મા કકલી ઉઠ્યો હતો અને મેં અંતરાત્માના અવાજ સાંભળી આવી રાષ્ટ્ર વિરોધી અને ગુજરાત વિરોધી પાર્ટીમાંથી ચૂંટણી ના લડવાનું મન બનાવીને મારી ઉમેદવારી પત્ર કોઈ પણ પ્રકારમાં દાગ દબાણ વગર પાછી ખેંચી દીધેલી છે એવું આપ સૌ મિત્ર મંડળને હું જાણ કરું છું.
Thoughts, Dr. Sumanth Raman? He says, and I quote for the benefit of those who could not understand Gujarati, He says, I am Kanchan Jariwala. I was named candidate for the Aam Aadmi Party. During my campaigning, I was repeatedly told by people I am anti-national, anti-Gujarat. I was told by people that they won't vote for me. I heard the voice of my conscience and I've decided I cannot continue as the candidate of this party. I am withdrawing my nomination. Dr. Sumanth Raman. So was this a storm in a teacup or much ado about nothing with due respect to William Shakespeare?
No. No, I think we have not got the truth of the matter or got to the bottom of the matter as yet. Very clearly, he maybe have been under duress and told to say what he said. We don't know at this point of time. It seems extremely suspicious. Remember, Padmaja, Surat is one of the places where the Aam Aadmi Party is expected to do very well. They did very well in the municipal elections. If I remember right, they won 27 or 28 seats in the Surat Municipal Corporation. The BJP got 94 or 95. So the point is, Surat is particularly relevant because it's where the AAP hopes to do well. And here you have this candidate. I don't know whether you saw the video which Raghav Chadda had put out, where this man is surrounded completely by policemen and various people who are pushing and shoving him. I mean, what kind of it certainly does not appear, at least from that video, of a man who had a change of heart and decided to withdraw his nomination because of something that he heard.
So I again come back to the fundamental question. I take your point. The man was pushed, the man was shoved, the man was coerced, the man is scared. Why isn't the man or his party filing an FIR? There is only one way to get to the bottom of this, right? You say this is very suspicious.
Well, maybe
Huda Jariwala says it's very suspicious. Manish Sisodia says very suspicious. Arvind Kejriwal says very suspicious. But who will confirm or deny the suspicions? It has to be the police. It can't be us sitting here on TV. Why isn't there a police FIR?
Absolutely. I agree. Now, they've given a complaint to the Election Commission. It is quite likely that they will go to the Gujarat police. Perhaps they are not very confident of what kind of response they would get from the Gujarat police.
But they haven't. So here is what. But they haven't. So even the Election Commission says that while there were protests, there weren't actually a proper complaint given.
Maybe they will. There is still time. It's not like, the incident happened several months ago. It's a few hours old.
What are you waiting for?
Sure that
here is a man who is living in fear of his life. Here is a man whose family was picked up and whisked away. Here is a man who is now sitting on TV and saying things, fearing for his life, and yet there is no complaint. This is very strange, but let me now play out. Clearly there is suspicious circumstances. Satyen Kulabkar, let's ask the BJP. Satyen Kulabkar, clearly dal mein kuch kala hai. And look at that visual. Who is this? Who are these people who are pushing Mr. Jariwala? Is it you? Is it the BJP? Satyen Kulabkar?
There is a saying in Hindi ke khayali pulao. AAP has lost the ground there, and now instead of accepting what has happened, they are trying to get into a khayali pulao type of a situation. The reason being is, if very rightly asked by you that he was surrounded by the police, he could have gone to FIR to do a FIR. If there is a question, they have gone directly to the Election Commission, because right now with election in system, the state is governed by the Election Commission and not by Bharatiya Janata Party or the government as of now. That one thing that I just want to remind them. Another thing is, the person is saying, if you understand, very nicely quoted by you, in Gujarat,
is the Election Commission going to...
I have a humble request. While I am talking, I have a humble request. When you were talking, I didn't utter a single word. There is a decorum of debate. While you were talking, I never interrupted, I never stopped. The same way I expect from you, while I am talking, you should not disturb
it is very strange that you say, is the Election Commission going to act without actually giving them any grounds to act? So now let me actually quote to you what the Election Commission has said. Request for meeting received at 12:09 p.m. No detail attached on the issue to be discussed. Group of AAP members gathered outside at 12. Slogans raised outside EC office by AAP netas. AAP unexpectedly chose to create an incident despite fixing the meeting. Slogans continued. So first of all, the EC says, I am willing to listen to what you're saying. I am willing to even address your problems. But you decided to have a meeting, didn't tell me what the meeting is about, sat outside and did a dharna. For what? My gates were open to you. Why are you sitting outside and doing dharna? When I'm saying come speak to me.
Okay.
Complain.
Okay.
I'm willing to listen to your complaint. Anyhow, let Mr. Kulabkar finish his point. Just let Mr. Kulabkar finish his point because there are many people waiting patiently. Let everyone have their say. Mr. Kulabkar, then Yuvraj Pokharna. I'll come back to you. Yes, go on. Mr. Kulabkar.
This is the statements coming from all these people is just the tip of iceberg. Rest assured, in next 20 days, they will come out with EVM also. They will come out with EVM hacking also, because they have understood that the way they were talking, the way, even if you listen to the candidate who has withdrawn today, he says that AAP people were asking money from him, that too in terms of 80 to 1 crore rupees. Now, imagine the person is asked for contesting an election to this much amount of money, and how will a person who wants to contest election for the betterment of society is not able to give? And what has happened is, when he has withdrawn, they are now saying that the candidate they have selected has definitely taken a U-turn and is not ready to contest. Instead of that, yes, I still say it from the national media that they should go to the election commission, they should lodge a FIR.
In fact,
I have a humble.
Okay, Ms. Jariwala, before you come in again, let Akashdeep Muni respond to that because he hasn't spoken just as yet. Akashdeep Muni. The counter charge is that here is the Aam Aadmi Party harassing Kanchan Jariwala and telling him, you have to contest, you have to contest. He doesn't want to. And you have the BJP spokesperson saying money was being sought. Go on, Akashdeep Muni.
You know, with all respect to the BJP panelists, I just want to say that they have not gone through the chronology of events. The chronology of events is this. Just a day before the person goes to file his nomination, all BJP people there, Congress people are also there. BJP people say that, no, your nomination should not be filed. Your documents are not correct. The person in consideration, Mr. Jariwala, fights. कि नहीं मुझे नॉमिनेशन फाइल करना है, माय डॉक्यूमेंट्स आर ओके एंड द प्रेजेंटर्स आर ओके, आई वांट टू फाइल द नॉमिनेशन. He goes out of the RO office and just he vanishes into thin air. His family vanishes into thin air, and then whole day the people wait for, whole night people wait for, other day people wait for. अचानक शाम को वो प्रकट होते हैं और he comes with 500 approximately police wala. He himself, after this, said to number of TV channels, he don't know from where these 500 police walas came. You know, after that, what happens? He comes and withdrew these nominations. He was under mental pressure. He would have done it one day earlier also. He would have said that no, मुझे नहीं फाइट करना. पर उन्होंने क्यों किया? एक दिन पहले फाइट किया, अगले दिन नॉमिनेशन वापस किया. You have been in journalism for many years, Padmaja ji. You know.
आप बताइए क्यों किया?
मैं बता रहा हूँ क्यों किया, क्योंकि उनके ऊपर बहुत सारा प्रेशर है. बीजेपी ने प्रेशर डाला और प्रेशर बहुत सारे लेवल पे होगा. मैं एलिगेशन नहीं लगाना चाहता नेशनल टीवी पे, बट निष्पक्ष जांच होना चाहिए. उनके फैमिली वाले अचानक कहाँ चले गए? उन्होंने टीवी चैनल को, आप टीवी चैनल को
निष्पक्ष जांच कौन करेगा? निष्पक्ष जांच ऐसे नहीं कर सकते. नहीं, हमारे पास
टीवी चैनल
वी डोंट हैव सर. हम थोड़ा निष्पक्ष जांच कर लेंगे. निष्पक्ष जांच तो पुलिस करेगी. क्यों टीवी चैनल क्यों करेगा निष्पक्ष जांच? जिसको जांच करनी चाहिए निष्पक्ष, आप उस पक्ष के पास जाइए, आप पुलिस के पास जाइए, एफआईआर कराइए. और बाय द वे खुद मिस्टर जरीवाला कह रहे हैं कि मैं अपने दोस्त के साथ था. बट लेट सेकंड, लेट मी हैव युवराज पोखरना एक्सप्लेन दैट वेरी स्पेसिफिक वीडियो. नाउ वन वीडियो, होल्ड ऑन अ सेकंड. You mentioned the video. Dr. Sumanth Raman mentioned the video. I think they should explain the video. This very specific video has also been offered by the Aam Aadmi Party as evidence. Yuvraj Pokharna, who are these young men? Who are these young men pushing Kanchan Jariwala? Aam Aadmi Party is saying these are BJP goons, and worse that these are policemen. So how can he go to the police when the police coerced him to take back his nomination? Yuvraj Pokharna.
Namaste Padmaja. As we all know that the video has been straight from the horse's mouth. So I don't think there's any debate to what Mr. Jariwala says or what he wants. And with regards to the allegations leveled by Manish Sisodia and Aam Aadmi Party, so I don't think there's any ground to the ado created by Aam Aadmi Party's Delhi unit. And these guys are known for their shoot and scoot type of politics.
There can be a debate because there could be a Sholay type standoff situation where he fears for his life, he fears for his family. After all, it's like living in a lion's den. Akashdeep Muni says it's like, it's like a Sholay type situation that you are scared. Gaon wale dare hue hain.
Padmaja, if I'm to tell you the ground reality, Surat East constituency is traditionally a BJP seat with 53% of Hindu voters and 47% of Muslim voters. तो वहाँ का जो समीकरण है ना, तो ये the candidate in discussion, he has been offered the ticket for this municipal election the last year, and he was vanquished like anything. So he doesn't stand a ground. And जो conscience की बात होती है, the conscience raised to him, and he was forced by his own society. He hails from the Rana community. Rana means Ranas are traditionally Surtis. The Surti community is completely against him.
Sir, politics में conscience रात को नहीं जाती. With all respect, you have been in politics.
So मतलब आप ये मान रहे हैं ना कि आम आदमी पार्टी conscience की बात नहीं करती. मतलब आप ये that means you're conceding, or that means you're conceding that आम आदमी पार्टी is far from consciousness. आप ये मान रहे हैं ना कि आम आदमी पार्टी में consciousness है नहीं. जो राजनीति बदलने आए थे वो खुद ही बदल के रह गए. आप ये मान रहे हैं ना? मतलब
मत देखिए सच. आंख बंद कर लीजिए. एक दिन पहले बंदा जाता है और अपने लिए लड़ता है.
सर, हम तो ग्राउंड में सच देख रहे हैं.
नॉमिनेशन
What I just said is nothing but truth. What I'm narrating is nothing but truth.
नहीं कैसे? अरे यार आप
and Padmaja to add to the role of Kejriwal.
It is strange that after filing his nomination, suddenly he would feel this prick of conscience. Like he had a very long time to have his conscience wake up, right? It's not like Arvind Kejriwal texted him day before yesterday and said, "Chalo, aaj aap lad lo Surat East se." They must have been talking for months altogether, right? He went, he filed his nomination, then suddenly said, "Ab nahi karna."
Against the very people, or against the very Karyakartas of Congress and Aam Aadmi Party. Padmaja ji, Mr. Jariwala has approached the Surat police कि मुझे security दो. I fear for my life from Aam Aadmi Party and Congress workers.
Dr. Sumanth Raman,
nothing but truth.
The gabbar in this Sholay is actually not the BJP, it is the Aam Aadmi Party, as it turns out. Okay, everyone wanted a time. Dr. Sumanth Raman, he fears for his life not from Mr. Modi but from Mr. Kejriwal apparently. Yes.
No. See, whatever he has said, there needs to be an investigation to see whether he is saying it under some kind of duress. So far, nobody who has supported the BJP on the show has satisfactorily explained what that video showed. Who were those people around him? Why were they pushing and shoving him? A man who has had a change of heart, who's had the call of the conscience, does not need to be pushed and shoved by 25 people to go and withdraw his nomination. It makes no sense. Who are those people? Please ask somebody to explain why those people were pushing and shoving him. There are clearly policemen there.
I will, but actually there is a much more credible explanation for that video, and it comes from a person that you will trust, because the BJP spokesperson here will say it, you will not trust it. I will quote to you somebody that maybe you should trust because you're literally on TV arguing on his behalf. Here is what is the explanation for that video. I went away with my son's friends. There was no one from the BJP. What I have to do now, I will tell after 5 to 7 days. Reason for withdrawing my nomination was that AAP workers in Surat East started resigning. The workers started demanding money. I am not capable to spend 80 lakh to 1 crore to give them. That demand was so much that I couldn't fulfill it. So actually, Mr. Jariwala is saying, Dr. Sumanth Raman, that those were my son's friends who I went away with. This is him. Now you're calling him ridiculous. Abhi you were arguing on his behalf. Now you're calling him ridiculous.
No. Those people in uniform are all his son's friends. They look like policemen to me. Unless the son has a lot of friends in the police, Padmaja, which I wouldn't know. But look, this is ridiculous.
Okay, Satyen Kulapkar, why are there men in uniform who are accompanying Jariwala?
In a day. What is that?
This man has clearly had some kind of devious threat and is under deep physical distress right now. Mr. Kulapkar.
I want to ask one question. In 27 years of Bharatiya Janata Party rule, has ever anything like this ever happened with Congress? Has ever a single candidate, even independent or BSP or NCP or Congress or any party for that instance, ever done any this type of allegation? My friends who are analysts and who know the Gujarat politics, they will answer me. If this was never happened, why so that this stuntman party comes out of blue and starts blaming BJP in this way? We know that we are winning that seat. For instance, we are winning, even your survey itself has said, we are winning 135, 40, 60. Party never gets into this type of any, it's very easy for this stuntman party
I will ask
to do
that question,
allegation
but explain the very pointed question asked by Dr. Sumanth Raman. Why are there men in uniform accompanying Mr. Jariwala? Who are they? They are your police, he says.
This is the same question I would like to ask. Why people are pushing him out of...
actually pushing him.
Yes, they are pushing him to draw him out, that they should not withdraw. When a person decides himself that he has to withdraw, these people are trying to push him out not to withdraw. They were the same people who were asking money as per the Jariwala. As per Mr. Jariwala, they were asking money also. They were, they were putting the pressure of resignation also. Imagine the entire situation in which Mr. Jariwala has gone after becoming a candidate of this
Akashdeep Muni wants to come in.
One should understand. Yes,
Akashdeep Muni wants to come in.
Okay, sir, आपने वीडियो अच्छी तरह नहीं देखा. There are two people who are
maybe the police was protecting him from the AAP workers who are demanding 80 lakhs to 1 crore.
Okay, taken. You come and taken. Now tell me how there were 500 policemen there. Can you explain? पुलिस आपके हाथ में सर, आपकी स्टेट पुलिस है. बताएं कैसे 500 पुलिस वाले आ गए?
मुनि जी, मेरे सवाल का भी जवाब दीजिए कि कभी 27 साल में इतनी सारी
डॉक्टर सुमंथ रमन ने अभी कुछ बोला, आप लोग तो सिर्फ 500 लड़ते, पूरी बटालियन थी वहाँ पे. चलिए बताइए मिस्टर गुलाबकर, 500 पुलिस वाले.
सर प्लीज बताइए.
इतनी सारी पार्टियां आई, कभी किसी पार्टी ने एलिगेशन नहीं किया. ये स्टंटमैन पार्टी आई और ये एलिगेशन करना चालू हो गया. अभी तो आने वाले दिनों में दिस स्टंटमैन पार्टी विल टॉक अबाउट टीबीएम, दे विल टॉक अबाउट इंटरनेट, दे विल टॉक अबाउट एवरीथिंग. This stuntman party is the biggest problem with this stuntman party.
How many police walas? 500 police wale, 1000 police wale.
You answer me, no, 27 years.
Who does
not a single party.
By the way, let's just remember that there would anyway be police in a place where people are going to file their nominations. But anyway, go on. Who does Jariwala?
People are clearly saying how BJP has scared the people, the Janta of Gujarat. This act of abduction, this act of hooliganism, this act of gundagardi by the BJP cannot be tolerated. The Janta of Gujarat is watching, the Janta of Surat is watching. Surat clearly is an important place for Aam Aadmi Party because we've contested so well during the MCD elections, and we are definitely going to make an impact in these elections itself. BJP is clearly staying
with the greatest of respect to the Aam Aadmi Party, I only want to ask you this, that for the better part of 2 decades, BJP has been in power. You have contested your first election this time around, the Aam Aadmi Party. They have been neck and neck with the Congress all these years, and last year was the closest election between the BJP and Congress, but nobody was abducted. But you, who right now has 0% vote share in Gujarat, is being abducted. Why? I mean, okay, given BJP wants to abduct its opponents, they would abduct the Congress, right? Why would they abduct Aam Aadmi Party? You haven't won a single election.
In Surat, Aam Aadmi Party has replaced Congress. Surat is important for Aam Aadmi Party. Hence why BJP is scared. Hence the abduction, hence the kidnapping, hence all this drama around Kanchan Jariwala ji. Can we please understand that this gundagardi of BJP is not going to give them votes?
While ma'am, you're absolutely right that in the municipal elections you did well, but the vote share of Aam Aadmi Party was a little over 20%, if I'm not mistaken. To say that you've replaced the Congress, okay, Yuvraj Pokharna, the Aam Aadmi Party has replaced the Congress in Surat, which is why right now Mr. Jariwala is the biggest challenger to the CM himself. Yuvraj Pokharna.
Padmaja, in my opinion, if you ask Mr. Kejriwal, so if you ask him, he would in fact tell कि ये तो शुरुआत है, आगे आगे देखो गोपाल इटालिया को भी उठा लेंगे, ये लोग कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. And it's not been far long that our friends in the media and those who follow politics know that Kejriwal himself gave a statement कि IB की रिपोर्ट है कि आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बन रही है. So I'm not sure how IB reports to Kejriwal ji, but anyways, let us talk of the ground. There's an interesting thing. On the very same seat, the Congress candidate, Mr. Aslam Saikalwala, he put out a public statement on his very own Facebook profile seeking a direct support of the Aam Aadmi Party, and his words were कि केजरीवाल जी लोकतंत्र को बचाना है तो अपने कैंडिडेट को बोलिए वापस से आए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को हटाना है तो हमको मिलकर काम करना पड़ेगा. सो कौन किसका बी टीम, इट्स वेरी वेरी क्लियर. सो इट वाज नथिंग बट अ कॉन्स्पिरेसी इन विच आम आदमी पार्टी वाज conniving with the Congress to distribute and split the Hindu votes. So Aam Aadmi Party is nothing but what we call conventionally vote katwa party in Gujarat. So they do not have any presence. Trust me, they do not have any presence. And the 27 seats that Aam Aadmi Party won last year were nothing but anti-BJP votes. Why anti-BJP votes? Because those were in the flow of Patidar Andolan. So उन्होंने Patidar Andolan को
actually the actual vote percentage in the Surat municipal elections was 28.58% for the Aam Aadmi Party. The last assembly elections, the BJP got an overall vote percentage of 49%, just to put things in perspective. Akashdeep Muni, before you come in, on a light note, Yuvraj Pokharna just mentioned that Mr. Kejriwal said he has an IB report which says that 150 plus seats Aam Aadmi Party is going to get. If he is getting IB reports, he might as well just get the Gujarat police reports also about who kidnapped Mr. Jariwala. Or he can just ask the IB, right?
I don't know. He might. But you have to ask him for that. But for me, I want to ask the sitting government in Gujarat one simple question. एक आम आदमी से एक सरकार को एक प्रश्न, सर युवराज सर, एक प्रश्न. वो 500 पुलिस वाले अप्रोक्सीमेटली बता रहा हूँ, वो कहाँ से आए? क्या कंप्लेंट हुई? कहाँ से अचानक एक कार्यकर्ता पर 500 पुलिस वाले कहाँ से आ गए? ठीक है, ये आप बता नहीं पा रहे, आपके स्पोक्सपर्सन बता नहीं पा रहे. इट इज
a matter of investigation, not debate. वो 500 लोग कहाँ से आए? It is a matter of investigation. It is not a matter of debate. और पुलिस अभी इलेक्शन कमीशन के पास है. पुलिस does not report to BJP now. Let the law take its own course. आप लोगों को ईसी पे भरोसा नहीं है, आप लोगों को पुलिस पे भरोसा नहीं है, आप लोगों को सरकार पे भरोसा नहीं है, आईबी भी आप चला रहे हैं. It is nothing but ludicrous.
You know, it is laughable.
अरे वो कहाँ से है, क्यों है? हो सकता है there is a possibility that 500 पुलिस वाले एस्कॉर्ट कर रहे थे, 500 पुलिस वाले एस्कॉर्ट कर रहे थे, 500 पुलिस वाले कंचन भाई को एस्कॉर्ट कर रहे थे, because कंचन भाई fears for his life, and it is all documented that Kanchan Jariwala, the former Aam Aadmi candidate, fears for his life, and he is seeking security.
It just occurred to me, Dr. Sumanth Raman. Okay, Mr. Kulabkar wants to come in. Mr. Kulabkar wants to come in.
It cannot be demanded.
See, I was going through this debate.
Mr. Kulabkar.
The Gujarat police right now is not reporting into Bharatiya Janata Party. They should in fact introspect what is happening. They are interrogating. The day Aam Aadmi Party understands the difference between interrogation and introspection, they will find answers to all the queries. They are sitting in front of the Nirvachan Ayog and not going inside, giving a piece of a paper as a part of a complaint. What are they trying to do? They are trying to prove that ये ख्याली पुलाव है और ये स्टंटमैन पार्टी है. या आने वाले दिनों में ऐसे कई अनेक प्रकार के स्टंट करेंगे, इसका मेरे को विश्वास है.
आप तो जनता की सेवक है, आपको चिंता होना चाहिए कि नहीं कहीं उनके ऊपर प्रेशर तो नहीं है. आप जनता की सेवक है, राइट? यू आर द पब्लिक, यू आर द पर्सन ऑन द प्लेटफॉर्म टू सेव द कॉमन मैन. And you should say that, अरे वो डिस्ट्रेस में तो नहीं है.
जो कैंडिडेट की चिंता कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में आपको उनको पूछना चाहिए. You should ask him who are the people who are asking money from him in name of election. So that's the introspection that you should do. You are getting into interrogation mode. Please understand there is a difference of these two words, interrogation and introspection. Once you understand this word, Muniji, you will find the answers to all the questions.
Here's the thing, Huda Jariwala, today if the election commission is going to investigate, it will investigate both claims. It will investigate claims of the Aam Aadmi Party that there was an attempted kidnapping of Mr. Jariwala and his family. It will also then investigate claims that Mr. Jariwala himself is making that I am being extorted for money, that the Aam Aadmi Party workers are asking me for up to 1 crore rupees. Then whatever the Election Commission says could also turn out to be embarrassing. Should both of these claims be investigated?
Both the claims should be investigated on one thing.
Who does Jariwala? Ms. Jariwala, should both of these claims be investigated? Let's also investigate the claims that are being made by Mr. Jariwala saying that मुझसे 80 लाख 1 करोड़ रुपए मांगे आम आदमी पार्टी वालों ने. Let the EC investigate that.
Is the question towards me? Okay. If that is in fact, the case, then absolutely it should be investigated. But the crucial matter right now is that the EC should take due cognizance of the matter. The EC should step in and call out the hooliganism, the gundaism of the BJP, because this is clearly a matter of abduction. Mr. Jariwala went missing for so many hours. His family was out of reach. His entire family was put to scare. Can we please understand the mechanism, the modus operandi of the BJP? This is a clear case of abduction. This needs to be investigated. This needs to be brought out to the
I cannot understand. It is most despicable if that has happened. But like we said, if indeed there is any truth to these claims, it should be investigated by the police and not through a debate or allegations made on Twitter or on TV. And as an aside, also if you're saying that right now Mr. Kanchan Jariwala is the biggest threat to the BJP, that is why there was an attempt to kidnap him and his family, what does that say about the face of the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat, Isudan Gadvi himself? He is supposed to be the tallest leader of the AAP, right? Or is it Kanchan Jariwala? Let's think on that. But that being said, claims must be investigated. For that, there must be formal complaint. Thank you very much, all gentlemen and Huda Jariwala, for joining me.